just got this in. The University of Tampa has literally just moments ago fired a professor after he tweeted Harvey has been, quote, instant karma for Texas because the state went for Trump in 2016. Yeah, this guy actually tweeted this. Here's what he deleted after he tweeted it. Quote, I don't believe in instant karma, but this kind of feels like it for Texas. Hopefully this will help them realize the GOP doesn't care about them. Wow. Joining me right now, Democratic strategist Michael Starr Hopkins and Fox News contributor Mercedes Schlapp. I said it before to Howie, you know, there's just no place, Mercedes, for politics in all of this right now. You have people that are struggling, people that are being rescued from their homes while carrying their children and their possessions. And you got, you know, this idiot out there trying to say that this is somehow karma for voting for Trump. What's wrong with people?
You know, I think that some of these individuals have just lost their minds, quite frankly. I think that the University of Tampa did the right thing to let this professor go. Obviously, at a moment like this, where we're seeing this tragedy, where we're seeing these heartbreaking stories, and yet inspirational stories, too, of those rescues of so many people in these devastated areas, it's a moment in time where Americans really, it's the spirit of America. Which shows that we're this amazing nation that can come together in the moment of crisis. And I think it was very clear that when you have these individuals, in this case, this professor, make this outrageous comment, it just shows that there's no place for this right now in this moment when individuals' lives are in danger.
I keep making this point that for whatever reason, and I'll tell you, this is a playbook that is not going to work because Americans don't fall for this identity politics stuff. But Michael, this is what they keep harping on. I mean, the comments, for example, by Howard Dean that somehow you're a racist if you vote Republican, the white supremacy comments from Nancy Pelosi. I mean, this is the playbook they're trying. I don't think it's going to work because I think there's one unifying factor here for all of us, and that is security, both in terms of economic security and in terms of international security. That said, you got the Washington Post out saying, Mr. President, the flood victims should come first, not your photo op. Cheap shot, if you ask me. Michael, what do you say?
Well, first to address your identity politics point, you know, I don't think Democrats have a monopoly on identity politics. The president started his presidency by talking about Mexicans being rapists and talking about the Muslim ban and such. So, you know, I think we all need to lower the rhetoric and be more responsible with our language. When it comes to the president and how he's performing,
Michael, let me just jump in.
Let's just be honest. When it comes to identity politics, this is a president who referred to the president as a welfare president.
So we have a problem with ISIS. It happens to be that Islamic extremists, by the way, you know, the left doesn't even want to say it. They don't want to say Islamic extremism.
The president didn't want to say radical Islam.
I mean, I hate to say it, but hearing the comments coming from the Democrats where anyone who supported Trump is called a racist, so that means that I would be one of those and I would be a deplorable. You know, it's insulting. I mean, there are so many Americans out there who supported this president because they believe that his agenda is the right agenda for America. It's about economic prosperity, national security. It's about being America first, bringing jobs back to America. So I really do think that when it comes to that playbook by the Democrats, it's a no-winning strategy. We saw it in 2016. It didn't work for them.
Let's not
and if
pretend
they
that this is a
continue down
Democrat
this alley,
thing.
they are just responding to a very narrow group of liberals out there who are trying to make that the big issue, which is the fact that they're going to keep calling those of us who supported Trump all these nasty names, and the name calling doesn't work.
Listen, you can't separate yourself from the president by only talking about some policies and not talking about all of them. If you're all in on Trump, then you have to take the good with the bad. And so, yeah, I think the president does have policies that lend itself to accusations of racism. I don't agree. I don't agree with all his policies.
Wow, that's going to be what you guys keep on saying, and I'm just giving you some unsolicited advice. It's not going to work because Americans aren't racist. Mercedes, Michael, thank you so much.
No one's saying that Americans are
right
racist.
There. We'll be right back.